right, Michael, this is for you, okay? I had such a horrible problem with fruit flies, and yes, of course I did what you said. Uh, but correction, you cannot use white vinegar. White vinegar doesn't work, Michael. So at least we got that clear. No biggie. I figured it out, and I'm passing this information over to you. What I found out was how to prevent them altogether. They don't even come in the house now. Don't have any problems with fruit flies anymore, and I'm not letting them, gestate and getting all up in my home and then first dealing with it. That's the stupid way. That's like building a house and insulating it from the inside out. Now, what kind of sense does that make? Or, you do everything else but the roof, You ain't so worried about the roof. You got all these other things you got to do first. No, the roof is first because the roof will protect what's inside the house. People are so stupid when it comes down to that, Michael. You know that. Such idiots out there. And it's so frustrating. And listen, I haven't been answering the phone at night for a special reason, okay? I'm trying to watch out for myself, sir. Just watching out only for Steve, okay? I'm tired of being always available for everybody. And that doesn't mean you. I'm just saying in general, it's everybody else, okay? You and I have no problems. I don't see that. I don't see us having any problems. Nothing that can't be resolved, okay? But this is what I wanted to pass on to you. How about let's keep the bugs from ever coming in the house in the first place, okay? Or allowing them to hatch. Because when they show up at the house, they're eggs. They're not real yet. They haven't become real because they're dormant. They just get dormant. They're in the weather. They're getting moved around, and they're dormant. So during that time is when the eggs will begin to hatch, and then all of a sudden you got a problem that's just a little more than you want to deal with. Let's put it that way. And so here I struggled all those days. And I got the right vinegar, and then I got the stuff that works electronically, and then I got better stuff that works for the fruit fly. It's a special, solution that's in a jar, specially made. It's got holes in the top. You shake it up, and man, the flies just migrate right there. And for whatever reason, they go inside and they can't get back out, and that's how they die on that type of thing. Anyway, just rinse your bananas off. That's all you got to do is rinse them off, but rinse them off thoroughly. If you're smart, you'll take them apart out of the bunch and rinse each one down individually. And use a spray. Use your jet spray, not so much where you're going to hurt the fruit, but use your jet spray. Wash that shit down, man. Then let it dry. And if they're ripe, but you're not quite ready to use them, stick them in the refrigerator. It'll slow down the over-ripeness that can occur, unless you like overripe bananas. Some people do. My Nana used to wait for the bananas to get overripe, and she would make banana bread with that. She used to mash it up with her hands. David and I, my brother and I, used to think that was so disgusting to see the bananas squeeze out between her fingers and stuff. It just reminded us of stepping on dog shit barefoot, So we were kind of grossed out about it. But hey, listen, wash your bananas off, man. And like I said, if you do it before you get in the house, it's even better. But you know what, this last time, I didn't do that. I didn't wash them off outside. I brought them in and immediately washed them down. I didn't let them sit around or do any of that kind of thing. As soon as they come in the house, they go right in the sink and rinse those puppies down, man. And you won't have any problems. No, sir. Nary a problem. And I thought that you might want to know about that. That's all. That's all. But so here's the deal why I'm not answering the phone late. Dude, I'm not well at all. I am having such a horrible time, Michael, that I can't tell you. It gets so frustrating sometimes that I literally just sit on the edge of my bed and cry because I just, so I don't do that anymore now that I got my weights. I've been hitting them, pretty hard. And I just got this thing that's so fucking amazing, man. You're gonna love this. It's a chrome moly steel bat. Okay, it comes in pieces, and you can screw on or screw off how much weight you want on there, and you just swing the bat around, man. That's all you got to do. Or it's got so many pieces. What you can also do is take it apart and put it back together again. Take it apart and put it back together again, and man, your forearms will get huge, huge, man. Oh my God, this is like the best thing that I've seen come along. This is part of what I used to do. It's called dinosaur training. Okay? They have dinosaur gyms. They don't have gym equipment. They're the ones with the big tires. They're the ones with the chains attached to, would be attached to the bar. Okay? The Olympic bars. And as the bar goes up, you're lifting more chain up, and so you can add that onto your 45-pound weight plates and stuff. And it just an amazing workout because as you pull through the move at your strongest point, you're pushing the most weight. And as it comes down, it's lighting and lighting and lighting, which down here is dangerous because you rip and tear down here. Oh, God, what an apparatus that is. And then they got the sleds where you run into them outside, in the field, in the grass, like the ball players do. And just, hey, like I said, grab a 40-pound bag of cement and hug it and just walk around, man. That's all you got to do. Hold it and walk around, and you are working out. Oh, my God. That will kick your ass. That alone. Pause. Let me go get that bat. Okay. So, yes, it's messy in here, I know. This is the bat. Oh, God. This is the bat. Oh, God. Do you see this? Okay, this all comes apart, man. And I'm going to tell you something. What I'm holding here is only 17 pounds, Michael. But I'm going to tell you what. This thing feels like it weighs 50. And you just take and swing it around. Now, I take all of this off, okay? And this is what I was talking about. You can take it on and put it off, okay? And this right here, now, I'm not saying to do it like this. You need to hold it without it resting on anything, okay, when you're doing this. Because otherwise, there's no benefit. So, but here's one piece. Again, chromoly steel, an extremely dense, heavy, dense metal. And that's why they make it. They make it for chains and really stuff that requires extra duty strength from steel. See how it all comes apart? I mean, it all breaks down, man, okay? All the way, even this piece here, as well as the handle back here, okay? See, look, okay? So that's what this does. And all you got to do is you take it and you swing it around, man. Just swing it around or carry it with you wherever you go. Trade hands. Walk around with this hand, walk around with the next hand, and all you're doing is you're doing daily stuff, your daily chores or whatever, and set it down, do your chore, pick it back up, go back to where you were, whatever, okay? Now, I have this other device. I love it because between the dumbbells and this next device I'm going to show you, it's called the rack. It was invented by a SEAL team guy. It's old. I don't remember. I think it came out in the early 2000s or something like that. But this is the rack, okay? It's got various positions that you can adjust, okay? But it'll do your back. It'll do your chest. It'll do your legs. It'll do a lot of things that, it'll just be a variation of what all this is. See, I got my bike, right? I got my bike. I think I may have found all the parts to the stepper, so I'm going to put the stepper back together and start using it. But check this bench out, man. There's my weights. And This is a piece that just goes on. I can actually use that for a number of things. Hammer curls, oh, not hammer curls, but um, uh, what do you call those? It's a curl. I forget what the name of it's called, but it's a good way to isolate your biceps. Okay, and you're curling. You're just curling upward. You and it looks like they even have an attachment here that you could set a bar in and just utilize this differently. Anyway, I'm excited, as you can tell. So I've been working out. I'm getting pumped. And guess what? I have bloat. Okay. And the reason why I know it's bloat is because my pants are still 32s, 32s. And but as soon as I go upward from where my waist is, it balloons out like I swallowed a goddamn whole watermelon. And it looks like a beer gut. You know what a beer belly looks like? It's all tight and sticking out. Bloat. It's been awful. I found something that actually is working. I can't believe it. I've been waiting to really start working out, seriously working out. I'm just playing around right now, getting my thoughts together, making my plan so that I don't deviate once I start. That's the way I am. I like to get it all planned out. And now that I'm retired, I can do that. I can spend as much time as I want. What's really cool is that if I take and I work out 20 minutes on my bike, on my semi-recumbent bike, work out 20 minutes, do that 4 or 5 times a day, taking a long break in between, man, I can burn so much fat off my body, I can get sliced, okay? Look like I'm ready for a contest or something. Now, I don't know my age anymore, huge factor. And I let myself go for 12 years, another huge factor. Man, I'm looking at pictures of myself right before I moved here. Yes, I was thin, but I was sliced. I mean, I was ripped, You could see all my stomach. I had washboard stomach and everything, man, going. It was great. I had a lot of people staring at me in the gym, too, because I transformed myself quickly back then. And I think stress had a lot to do with it because it stripped all the extra weight off of me, that, stress. And I have a theory that I truly believe that stress makes gravity stronger, like it's a chain reaction. And that's why we get sick. That's why we get bent over and twisted up. Our bones do. It's just a theory, but here's what I will tell you. The next time you see somebody with a humpback, you've seen people like that. Their back is humped way over and they're old. They're about in their 80s or so, which I'm not far from. And I'm saying they're old. Well, I'm old now. I know that. So, but anyway, yeah, you ask them if they're bent over like that, they got the humpback going and may have to use a cane. You go up to them and ask them, how has their life been? Guarantee you, they're going to look at you and say, I've had the worst life, son. The worst ever. I've been aggravated and upset, and my family's this and my family that, and I this and I that, and they this and that. She can go on for hours. That's what happened to her. She was so messed up in all of that, she got all bent over and twisted up. And I truly believe that that's what happens. Now, well, I don't know that it's gravity. I don't know what it is. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. All I'm doing is making an observation. And I've made the observation many times. And that, sir, is why I'm not doing well. Gravity and stress have really fucked me up bad. This has been the worst year ever with my children. Finally, there's peace. The daughter keeps saying, if I don't stop taking all the drugs, that I can't come over. Well, Michael, whatever you have to say about that, here's what I have to say about that. They shouldn't even know about what I take. Okay? I shared too much information with them. That's my fault. It's my fault they are the way they are. And so now I have to figure that out and how to fucking work with it somehow. And I can't. They're just steadfast. They will not change. They're making choices that I cannot see the children, my grandchildren, and my son Oh, he's been MIA ever since the baby was coming. I know nothing. And my damn sister hasn't said one fucking word to me. Now, had it been on the other foot and I asked her to keep her mouth shut, she'd have told everybody. That's just the way she is. Those people are against me and against me and against me. When I was graduating, actually, it was the year before graduation in 1969. I was taken to the Plymouth dealership, and my mom is buying a Cuda for me, a 1970 Cuda, not a Barracuda, a Cuda. They're built different. So what I wanted was the Hemi Cuda. And my brother-in-law jumps up out of the chair and he goes, "Ma, don't do it." He called her Ma, even though she was his, mother-in-law. He said, you'll get a call one night and there's going to be lots of trouble with the car, damage, and he'll wrap himself around a tree, he'll kill himself or somebody else. He said, "Don't let him get that motor. He's just going to cause lots of trouble with it." So I sat back down, a little pissed off, but I didn't show it. And so then I said, "Okay, fine. Then I'll take the 440 with the 6-pack." And my brother-in-law looked at me and he goes, "Ma, no, don't." He's playing games now. That one's actually faster than the Hemi, maybe. We don't know. We have to see it. The 440 is a torque monster, okay? The 426 Hemi is also, but it produces more horsepower and it is lighter. So in theory, the Hemi should beat out the 446 pack. But because of all the torque, okay, I think it'll be a dance of noses in front up until the high end, and the Cuda will win. It's just a lighter car and can cut through the air better. It's just a better designed high speed car, whereas the other one is a better quarter-mile car. Anyway, I don't know, man. I just wanted you to know basically what's going on. My place is still a wreck, but I'm actually getting through some stuff. I have a little bit more energy now, especially since I see daylight at the end of the tunnel and it ain't a fucking train anymore. I'm getting a lot of flack from the kids. Thank God I canceled my trip back because I would have never have made it. I would have been so ill by the time I got there, I wouldn't have been okay to see anybody until the end of the trip. I know how bad it is now. It's the road bumpy stuff, going that far for that long and not having a real bed to sleep in, etc., etc. You've heard it all before. Anyway, bro, that's it. That's all I got. Just letting you know I'm doing. Oh. So the bloat. To finish up real quick. So I'm having this problem with bloat, right? So I have 2 different things to take for it, but I only need to take one of them. So I started thinking, nothing's happening, and it's been about 2 weeks, and the promise was within a week I would see a difference with this stuff called EMMA, EMMA. It's short for something. But I had this other stuff that I had already started using before Emma showed up. So I figured, well, I'll just take one in the morning and I'll take one at night. Turned out they were being counterproductive. So I cut the other one. I'm only on Emma. I'm only on Emma for a week. I dropped 20 pounds. I've already lost 20 fucking pounds. I picked up the bat, this chromoly steel bat, because I couldn't believe it only weighed 17 and a half pounds. So I stepped on the scale, and when I stepped on the scale, it said 180 something. I'm usually 180 something without that fucking bat. So, dude, things are going good that way. And I took a look at myself in the mirror, and I think I have deflated. And I'm going to tell you something, man. There was a couple of days where I still go through it now. Cramping is awful. So whatever's going on inside, Emma is fixing. And hey, we know that repairing and healing hurts. It's painful. One day, I get up off the toilet, okay, and it's filled with mud, okay? No discernible shape of turd whatsoever. It's just nothing but mud and full. I mean, past the water level. Was almost going to hit my balls, So I got done, and man, terrible, messy, So anyway, about an hour later, again the same thing. I let all this stuff come out of me. It was so gross and weird. But then afterwards, I started to feel a bit better. Not a lot better, but a bit better. And that was the first positive change since I started the Emma. Now I'm done. Now I'm done. And I got to go, man. I got to feed Zeus and I got to feed myself. And I'm having a good night. And I got to go. I've got to go get some sleep now and try to get some sleep, but I doubt it. We'll see what happens. Okay, man. Bye.